tonight. From Sioux Falls, South Dakota, we have Mr. JB Renes. He is from the Falls Facial Hair Foundation, and they will be putting on their 2023 beard event called the South Dakota Beard Clash. Be coming up Saturday, September 16th at the Bottoms Up Bar and Grill in Brandon, South Dakota. Mr. JB Renes, what's up, my friend?
How we doing? Doing great, guys. How about yourself?
Gosh, we're doing better now that you're here.
Outstanding.
Drea says, hey. So, what's been going on, my friend? You hadn't seen you in a couple of years. We had someone else on the show last year. I went back and looked through the archives, so that was weird. It's been like 2 whole years since you've been here.
Archives.
Sounds very professional. I just scrolled through Facebook.
Oh,
archives sounds much more professional.
Oh, because that's what I was doing. I was going through my sheets from the past couple of years of like all the different guests that we've had. Like, I mean, I can't believe I like still kept all this stuff. I mean, It just keeps going and going. Like all these past guests that have been on the show.
That's crazy.
Is it though, Aaron?
306, JB. You are the 306th episode. How crazy is that?
Oh, that is crazy.
So
I'm impressed you kept all those names this long so far.
Yeah, I have another pad of paper that has these are all the ones that I've done. These are all the ones that we've done since I moved to Texas. So
I have this. This is every show up until it ran out of paper, but that is notes from episode 1 of Talking Beards right there.
That's going to be in the National Beard Hall of Fame when they make one.
One day it's going to be in the Hall of Fame because this goes all the way up to, I think, episode 231, and I ran out of pages. So anyway, JB,
Eric's saying hello. And that JB wasn't allowed on the show due to the Chops ban of 2022.
That's true. We went ahead and recently got rid of the Chops ban, so you're back, and
Chops are still here.
Yeah, we're on a whaler ban right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're safe. You have a mustache and everything, so you're good to go on the show. What have you been up to in the past couple of years, JB?
Oh, just running around like a chicken with my head cut off, it feels like. But...
Wow, that was very descriptive. Are you getting blood everywhere too?
For 2 years, Scott.
Wow. Imagine the amount of blood going everywhere. Well, but what have you been doing involved in the bearding community for the past 2 years?
Oh,
or has it been kind of quiet up there?
It's been a little quiet. We continue to keep on with Falls Facial Hair Foundation up here. One thing we started doing new this year that's been kind of fun. Every month, our club has been picking a different local charity that has a need of some kind. Like I believe one of the first months was around Christmas that we did this, and there's a local boys home, and they were asking for stamps so that the boys that were at this house could write letters home. So when we had our monthly meeting that month, everybody brought a bunch of stamps, and we brought them out to that. We got them brought out to there so that they could hand them out to the kids there. And another month we collected stuff for the local animal shelter, and we've just every month we've picked something different for that. That's been kind of our new fun thing we've been doing this, along with some of our normal volunteering opportunities that we try and get a couple throughout the year.
That's some really, really good stuff, man. Like how far out in advance do you have these scheduled? Like how far, you know what I mean? Like how far in advance do you have to like reach out to this charity and have it set up so each month you have something to do?
It's normally, fortunately, my wife's very good. She's got a lot of connections in the nonprofit community in Sioux Falls, and she usually shows up to the meeting, and there's maybe 3 different options that she's found. And a couple of the club members have brought in options, but we usually pick it at the meeting. We usually pick for the next month.
Okay. So it's that fast that you can get into these places and pet some dogs and give stamps and stuff like that.
Yep.
I think I think that's a really interesting and cool concept to do, because I mean, it
I love it.
keeps. I think the big thing about that is it keeps your members involved, and it keeps like things relevant, and it keeps things moving. Where it's like sometimes clubs just get together once a month for like a normal meeting, then they get together the next month for a meeting, and it's like they might be planning like one big event for the year, so they're doing that, for like a few months out of the year. But this keeps everyone kind of like in the mode of doing charity work. It
Yep.
keeps them in the mode of like paying attention to what's going on in the community. So I
Yeah, it really
commend you
keeps
guys.
the whole club really engaged with the community, and it's
Yep.
developing those relationships with the community. So, when you reach out and in a few years and you're looking for a different charity for your competition or something like that, people know who you are. You don't have to explain like, oh, well, we're a beer club, blah, blah, blah. It was like, oh no, you did that stuff for us a couple years ago. We remember you guys. So
Yep.
that's good thinking. It's
There,
really,
there's been a few times where we've had it planned out a couple months in advance, because there's been like a couple of ideas that we really want to do, but there's not an urgent need for it, or there's a constant need for it, so that we could do one later and we pick one that has a more urgent need. So we've occasionally had them scheduled out a couple of months, but we've also just picked them out for the next month right to go.
I love it. I love that so much. So while we're on the subject of charity, we were talking before the show, and every year you all seem to have a different charity, right? Is that kind of like, you don't generally pick the same one 2 years in a row, correct?
Yeah, we generally don't.
Okay.
It's always been we always kind of wanted to try and pick one out that maybe a lot of people don't know about, but and I don't know if that these charities have gotten better at getting their message out, or if we've just picked some of but most of them all have some recognition in the area already. Sorry, my dog.
I was going to ask you what's going on with your dog. He must like licking the side of that.
Yep.
That's his thing. That's his licking post.
Yep. But yeah, the way we pick out our charity is we have a planned meeting that we ask the members to reach out into the community if they have any ideas of a charity they'd like to pick, or one they've worked with. Like, that's how we picked some in the past too. Some members work with a certain charity, and we ask that charity to fill out a brief questionnaire. And then at a specific meeting, we go through all those questionnaires, and the club votes on who we'd like to pick for this one. So yeah, there's some that we've done, they maybe didn't get picked this year, but we might pick them the next year. So yeah, that's usually how we go about doing it.
So how did you stumble onto this charity for this year?
This charity, one of our members, they are, I can't remember how they're connected to it, but they actually they brought this one to the club last year also, and it didn't get picked last year, but this year we did pick it. I believe, oh man, I hate to say it without knowing for sure how they're connected, but they knew the charity, because I want to say through their son, who's a local police officer. The local police do some work with this charity. I think that's how they heard about it and brought it to the club. My wife just hollered yes at me, so
there you go.
My name is
then you were right. So what exactly does this charity do? Do you know?
Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of info about this one. Because unfortunately I was sick the day our club went through these and picked them. But I do have my wife got a couple bullet points there. It's local service providers. They do a lot of networking to raise awareness for domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking. They also they raise awareness for like Child Awareness Month and things like that. Do a lot of community outreach and awareness campaigns to help people get help after one of these tragic events and things like that. They're dedicating to serving victims of these type deals.
So they're doing good work in the community, and
Yep.
y'all are going to do your part to help them out. And I like that.
They have a big event in October every year also to really help bring awareness to these problems that, we do live in South Dakota and it kind of seems like in the middle of nowhere, but these problems do still exist here also.
Absolutely, man. There's crazy stuff that happens all over the place. It doesn't matter just because you live up there in paradise. Doesn't mean that stuff doesn't happen.
And isolation too can cause a lot of, because I'm sure it's not in some areas people are kind of spread out, so it's not like there's dense populations, and sometimes when people just are kind of, I don't know, do I keep like cutting out?
Yeah, you froze. Like you were like in the middle, like this really like, and then you just froze.
I thought it was a pause for dramatic effect. Then I was this is a little too dramatic.
I know it was. And I have my Wi-Fi shut off and I'm like just mainlining right in, and I don't know why it's not. I'm having issues, but sorry. Just but yeah, no, just a very valiant cause to work for. Everyone needs help, so I'm glad you guys
they will have a representative at Beard Clash, so if you want to know more, that'd be the best way to hear straight from them.
And definitely, like, we do suggest that anyone that attends these events, please go talk to the representatives from these charities. I mean, it's always great to learn more about them, and maybe there is, even if you live states away or something, maybe there is something more that you can personally do. Maybe it's a charity that really touches you in ways that some of these other ones that other beard events are trying to raise money for. But who knows? This one might like just really tug at your heartstrings and you want to really get involved with them more. And by talking to them, you're going to learn what you can do to help them out, even from a distance.
Yep.
Melissa said you get a gold star for really hitting that point, Scott.
Thank you. Yeah, I read about my internet. Yes, I was like, the internet saved me for a second because I was just like, I was struggling, but
it's all right. we made it through it. So you do have a charity. They're doing good work. Go talk to them at the event and find out more news and information from that grouping. So Friday night, pre-party stuff. Do we have anything set up, or is it just going to be just a Saturday event?
Friday night, we are going to have like a little pre-party meet and greet type thing. If you're in town, you're more than welcome to come hang out with us. It's going to be at Remedy at 611. If you've been to Beard Clash, it was probably 2019. We had a pre-party at Remedy, but this one will actually be at a different location. It's not downtown. It's a little closer to our event center and arena. And Remedy has kind of taken off, and they've started distributing around. So they opened a second location here, and I bartend there, so
nice.
That's how we kind of squeezed in there.
You're going to be working that Friday night?
I might be helping out because I was a little scared for a minute because they were possibly not going to be open due to renovations that night, but they're going to stay open that night for us.
Were they going to start the renovations on Saturday or something?
They're doing them right now.
Oh, they're just going to just stop for the moment. Let us in.
Yep.
This is a good question. Joey said, stargazing. Can we see the northern lights from Sioux Falls?
If
on a good
I'm
night,
not even positive on that. Okay. I know they were talking about it a while back that you could see them.
Chris said you look more like a bouncer.
It used to be.
Well, maybe Northern Lights.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'd have to
Joey
check in
Rumple.
on that one. I'm not.
I think that was back more during the summer when they were visible.
I think so.
think.
Yep.
And with all the Canadian wildfires, I'm sure it's a little hazy still because that's still going on, right?
Yeah. How's that up there?
But we do got the falls. You can always see the falls in Sioux Falls.
Niagara?
Nope.
Oh,
The Sioux Falls.
The Sioux Falls of Sioux Falls.
I like Sioux Falls. Yes. Sioux fell.
Anything? Is there anything else exciting going on that weekend in Sioux Falls that you know?
The falls are falling.
Well, besides the falls.
Oh, sorry.
There's always something exciting going on in Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked to see what we're going to be competing against for.
That's all good. I was just kind of curious.
I bet you there's going to be a donut eating extravaganza. Are there any good donut joints around the venue so Aaron can go get his donut fix?
Not near the venue for sure.
No, not near the venue.
There's nothing.
We got Flyboy Donuts in Sioux Falls. That's probably one of the bigger shops.
All right, we're gonna have to try it out then. You twist my arm. All right. So we got we got the charity covered. We're gonna do some pre-party stuff. I don't know. What do you want to dive into now? You want to talk about these?
Pick me.
Go ahead, Scott.
Oh my gosh. Can there be real funny, guys. Real funny.
Oh, hold on. I got a great idea. Hey, can you how about that? Perfect. Who am I?
Both of you guys. Both of you.
I love that it's when you're about to ask a question.
I know.
That's my favorite part. It's done it twice.
Well, it's just I've been having so many problems with my internet over the past couple days. It's like we've been starting to watch Cobra Kai, and it's like every time we turned on episode 2, like literally the power would go out and the cable would just go out. So then everything would have to reboot, and then by the time we got everything set up, it just kept happening over and over again. So it just everything's been messed up here at my house. But question:
did you ever get to watch that episode?
Yes, but I fell asleep. Anyways, let's talk about judges, because I mean, you having a beard competition, so you got to be having some judges, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
So who we got, JB?
I guess first off, we've got Eric Hopper. He's going to be coming up and judging for us. Then
I like him. He's a fun guy.
Yeah,
dude, he's
super awesome
a wild
guy.
man. I like him.
Yep. Then also Joey Rumple from Kansas.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
My bad.
Never heard of her.
This is Joey as the dishonest Amish.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if you knew that.
I'm to be surprised that she's not using a bubble pipe.
Yep. And then we got Jason Schaefer from Minnesota.
Look at that. Jason Schaefer said, let's hear about those judges.
Whoa, I'm one of those judges. Jason Schaefer with the second longest bio in judging history. So that's pretty good.
It was too good. I didn't want to try and.
The only person that had a longer bio than Jason Schaefer was Bob. Bob's was like some newspaper article that he pasted and copied. I was like, this is not a judge's bio. This is a newspaper article. He's like, it's got all my information in it. I was like, yeah, it's also 6 pages long, Bob. At least Jason's was just 1 page.
Bullet points.
Yep.
I always hate when everyone asks me to do a bio and I'm like, oh God, I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know what my stats are of anything other than just my major, my national champions, but like everything else, like I can't remember. And it's just like, I don't really care in a way. Cause it's like,
you're the beard caster. That's all you should have to say.
Yeah, that's all I just say. I just the guy that does this stuff. So how any other
Yes,
judges?
Our best in show last year is a local guy, Mike. He's coming out to judge this year.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Dublin. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Mike Elbers. I like his hair.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got some nice hair.
Yeah, he does.
And he's got a nice beard too, really nicely shaped. I give him 3rd.
I'm sending the dogs out of the room there.
It's all right. We got
It's all right. We're dog and cat friendly podcast.
Come on, girls.
Go. Ella.
Come on. Else.
Ella, go.
And then your last judge is just going to be no,
Our
it'll be
last
all right.
judge is going to be from the charity. They have not confirmed which person from the charity will be there yet. So, but we will have a 5th one from the charity there.
That's perfect. It gets the charity involved with the event, and that's what we try to do at least. And so who's going to be the MC for this event?
These chops right here.
There we go, JB. I knew it. Well, you always do a fine job every year, so why change up a good thing, you know?
Yep.
The dog is famous now. Look at that.
Yeah. And we did change up the time.
Okay.
The start time a little this year. Last year was the first year we tried it this time of the year, and we ran into the unexpected problem at the end of the evening that it got dark. It got really dark on us.
And being an outside event, that's not really what you want to happen.
Yep. So we moved it up. I'd have to look 1 hour or 2. I should have that in front of me, but yeah, it will be. I want to say registration will start at 1.
Okay, registration's at 1. What competitions at 2, 3 o'clock?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
What's the cost to enter?
There you go.
Oh, God, you're throwing.
That's
Curveballs.
You're throwing curveballs.
That should be a strike, if anything.
I know.
Probably like $20, maybe.
Probably. It'd be right around that. I don't think we changed it from last year, but I can't remember. I usually don't run the registration part, so I'm not sure on that one.
And Andrew says everybody should show up in Sioux Falls. Some of the best trophies in bearding. Definitely a showpiece.
Trophies.
So speaking of trophies, are you going to kind of stick to the same routine that you've done in years past?
Yep. We really like them. Everybody else seems to really like them, so we are sticking with them. So.
Yeah. That's me. That's me. I should be more prepared.
LOL. That means she was joking. She wasn't. And Don Shea from Shea Butter Industries says $20 usually.
Yep.
So probably
we do have a pre-registration. It's not required. It's just to kind of help us give an idea to the bar, how many people we might be thinking. So if you do know you're going to come, we'd appreciate it if you pre-register. It will get you entered into a special raffle drawing.
Okay.
I don't know what that prize is yet, but there will be a special raffle drawing just for the pre-registration.
I like that. I like that a whole lot. That's a good idea.
Yep.
Like, because most people don't want to pre-register, me included.
Yep.
But if you give like an incentive like that, like everyone that pre-registers gets, put in this raffle drawing or whatever, that's another incentive of people to pre-register. And then, then you can plan a little bit better because then you know how many people are going to be there.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Other than those raffle prizes, we're going to have a lot of really good raffle and we've got some amazing silent auction items again too. It's just when the club members start bringing in these raffle and silent auction items, I'm just amazed at what they scrounge up and get brought in donated for it. But it's gonna be some really good ones again.
Well, speaking of auctions and raffles, do you have anything that's going to be super special that's going to be available at this event or before?
We actually do. We just found out about this. Found out about it a couple days ago, and we kind of agreed to do it today. We will be having an online raffle right before, and we'll draw the winner at Beard Clash, but it will be for a one-of-a-kind Jason Kiley tumbler.
That is awesome.
It's
Pee Wee Herman inspired tumbler.
Yep.
And will you be able to buy raffle tickets for this day of at Beard Clash as well, or is it only going to be online?
I guess that's one of the fine details I haven't straightened out yet. I just started piecing together today how I'm gonna best run it. It'll be a pretty simple, straightforward raffle. I'm leaning towards you'll be able to buy the day of also, but possibly just online. And
Everybody's going to want this thing.
Yep, it is pretty awesome. Yep. So, and Jason, whoever wins, Jason will ship it directly to you. So.
Okay. Is Kylie going to be at Beard Clash?
He unfortunately will not be making it, as far as I know, unless he surprises us. But we, with trying this new time and later in the season, it just kind of conflicts with his schedule a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I figured. He's got a lot of shows coming up, and selling his one-eyed cat crafts and stuff.
Yep. So. Yep. Yeah, but yeah, so be sure to keep an eye on Fall's Facial Hair Foundation page and the event page, and I'll by the end of this week I will have the full information out on how you'll be able to get a raffle ticket to try and win that.
Very cool.
What kind of categories do we have? Do we have any kind of fun or interesting categories, or are they basically the run-of-the-mill categories that we normally find at all the other competitions?
We unfortunately didn't think of a new fun one to do this year. We're hopefully have one next year again.
Okay.
Last year's, unfortunately, we didn't get anybody in, and we just really struggled on what to do for this year. We couldn't really decide on one. So, but yeah.
What was the fun category from last year? I don't remember.
Well, we the local police officers were able to start having full beards last year. So we were going to have a category just for first responders. But yeah.
That's I don't even think I'm going to talk tonight.
Well, I mean, in your recording, Scott, it should still record you, right?
Oh yeah, it's going to sound fine on my end, but
yeah, on the podcast it's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows who's listening to the podcast, every time Scott goes to talk, it just goes blank.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
It makes it funny for us, but it makes zero sense for the podcast listeners because you're still just chatting away on that side.
Yeah, I'm still here. But anyways, about first responders. So yeah, I'll be replaced again next week by Kyle Waller, probably. This is what happens. I come back and I was like all excited. And I'm not doing it just for laughs, my friend. But talking about first responders, my friend Dan, who's been a police officer for many years, every year their department lets them grow a beard starting in No Shave November, and they're allowed to grow it up until almost summertime, but they have to pay like an extra amount, like they have to donate, and then it gets all donated to a local charity and stuff like that. But he was just telling me the other day that their department finally gave them clearance that they can grow beards all year long now. So
that's fantastic news.
Yeah. So he was really excited about that. But yeah, that's a really cool, like, first responders beard is a really cool thing, especially if you can find them that can grow them like out of season. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Now what?
I
think that was it.
I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. I think we covered it.
I think we covered it all.
That was like perfect timing. You're right at our point of.
There you go.
So that worked out good, JB.
Well, JB, thanks for coming by and telling us all about the South Dakota Beard Clash. And 1 o'clock. Oh yeah, there we go. We had it right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that. 1 o'clock.
There we go.
Registration event 2 to 7. And so
we were prepared.
We didn't even know it. Well, buddy, I will see you in a couple weeks. You keep picking up heavy stuff and putting it back down, and keep being swole.
Will do. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Best of luck, buddy.
Absolutely. There we go, everybody. South Dakota Beard Clash, Bottoms Up Bar, Corson, South Dakota, or Brandon, South Dakota, September 16th. Man, what a cool event. Everybody should go up there and, yeah, maybe you can go see the Northern Lights with Joey Rumpelstiltskin. Maybe.
In the falls.
She can't wait. She
Oh,
can't wait to be there.
She can never wait.
She can't.
She's always like Miss Impatient. Look at her. See, she's like, I can't wait.
Look at me. I got soap. That's what